Welcome, all of you, the viewers of Poland Daily. My name is Maria Kondzielska, and we invite you for a wonderful journey because with us on Skype is Bessette, a doctor, but also a vice president at the Common Sense Society. Maria, again, thank you very much for calling us.
And thank you for having me.
And you are, sharing all these values of the Common Sense Society, which you explained to us in the previous episode, which is a very interesting and also unique organization of, I would say, a modern conservatives, let's say like this. Could you tell us a little bit more, who are your senior fellows and what are they interested in, and also what they want to share with all the young people which you address a lot of your programs?
I would be happy to. So we have 4 senior fellows currently. Aaron Rhodes, who is a noted human rights scholar and activist, who worked with the Helsinki groups during the Cold War and has continued his work in the anti-communist sphere, anti-totalitarian sphere. And then in addition to Aaron, we have Dr. Joshua Mitchell. He's a Georgetown professor, world-renowned expert on Alexis de Tocqueville, who is one of our other philosophical lodestars, guiding lights. So Josh Mitchell's work on Tocqueville and identity politics and the creation of new political religions here in the West is incredibly important.
That's fascinating. New political religions, which, as you understand, are, for example, changing the climate, or.
No. He sees identity politics as an incomplete, and so political religion, one that seeks to answer or address the problem of the scapegoat. By scapegoating one particular group, so that happens to be the straight, white, Western, heterosexual male, and so once all of them have been canceled, then they'll move on to the next group, which will very likely be black men. That will be the next group that will be targeted for demonization with that. The identity politics ideology, and
then we'll get rid of most of the half of the humanity. So,
well, it's a very anti-human, misanthropic view, which does. I mean, you mentioned climate change and environmentalism. That ideology is likewise a anti-human, misanthropic view. That's one of the reasons why we talk about not environmentalism, but conservation, one that recognizes the responsibility that human beings have for taking care of the natural environment, that recognizes that we all do, in fact, enjoy and value having having clean air, clean water, having birds in the sky and animals around. That what we don't want is some industrial wasteland. But at the same token, we desire those things because they help to lift us up.
Yeah.
It's a part of human flourishing.
So it leads us back to the idea of Roger Scruton and his green philosophy.
That's right. Exactly.
So sort of showing out that also conservatives and their movement has a way of dealing with the problems, addressing the things which are, after all, on the newspapers all over the world, but can be addressed in a different way than just actually getting rid of the most of the humans, because the world would be better without them.
Exactly.
So going back to because I interrupted you, going back to the senior fellows, could you tell us about the other ones as well?
Yeah, our other 2 senior fellows, John Parrish-Peedy, former chairman of the National Endowment for the Humanities here in the United States, a noted scholar of Southern American literature, and Dr. David Rose, who is an economics professor out of the University of Missouri St. Louis, Together, they co-chair our American Civics Project. And, so that's our effort to address one of the glaring deficiencies in the cultivating of citizen competency here in the United States, which is, providing young Americans, but really all Americans, with a better understanding of how it is that our system of liberty, is rooted in a very capacious understanding of cooperation. So our liberty and our prosperity and the beauty around us, really gives, makes manifest that voluntary association, that, our cooperative endeavors are how we provide more benefits to each other. And that this, does not entail an egalitarian, outcome-oriented, all equal outcomes with, leveling the field, so to speak.
Well,
but rather,
it sounds like a very unique also way of thinking, and not very popular right now all over with the, well, let's say the mainstream, but still extremely interesting. And I do hope that you will actually get a bigger audience and more people more interested in such kind of thought. So thank you very much for sharing this with all and with the viewers of Poland Daily. And as we had all of those names mentioned, I very strongly encourage all of you to check out and maybe read the papers, because it seems like a different way of actually looking at the world which is around us. And thank you for watching our show.